Hello, and welcome to Food and Dine. This is a Top Chef podcast. My name is Quiche.
And my name is Gnocchi.
Isn't it crazy we've finally reached the last episode of this season? Isn't that wild? I can't believe it's all over now.
Ooh, stick a pin in that. Ooh.
Anyway,
Well, apparently we are discussing the last episode of Top Chef, Season 21, Episode 11, Lay It All on the Table. So, to briefly recap this apparently final episode of Top Chef, there was a quickfire challenge. It was a game of 24 questions. Savannah was the winner. There was also an elimination challenge. It was a no plates allowed style challenge. And the winner was a ghost back from LCK, Laura.
it's been quite a time, this episode.
Oh, yes. I know you probably have feelings. Stick a pin in those. And then there's no more LCK, no more Last Chance Kitchen. So instead of being sent to Last Chance Kitchen, Michelle, one half of Team M&M, was sent home.
Ugh.
We know Quiche has feelings about it. We know.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Quiche, very briefly, what did you think of this episode?
What's the point anymore? I'm so sad. This hurts so badly. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay, obviously Top Chef never ceases to amaze, and they keep throwing new challenges at these chefs that are innovative and cool, but it doesn't change the fact that my heart has been ripped out of my chest and served up on a plate.
I can recall, I believe it may have been in the intro podcast where I said your heart was going to be broken.
You were right. You were so right. I was kind of like, oh, that's probably a little dramatic. It won't be. It was. You were 100% correct. Oh my gosh. I should have listened.
I am so sorry. Stick a pin in those feelings. Gotta move on.
Okay.
We'll come back to those. Don't worry. We're coming back. So I do have a Top Chef baggage check. So if I may.
Yes, please do.
Thank you. So lay it all on the table, plating on a table. Reminded me of Top Chef Season 8 All Stars. So the first season of All Stars, because they've done multiple seasons of All Stars at this point. But the first season of All Stars, Season 8, Episode 8, the Quickfire Challenge. The 9 remaining chef testants were tasked with creating a visually appealing dish for the fashion designer Isaac Mizrahi, very famous fashion designer of the early aughts. And the dishes were judged solely on their appearance. Fascinating challenge.
Oh, wow. So just forget anything about the ingredients. Is that styrofoam in your dish? Yeah, it needed some structure. You're not eating it right.
So one of the chef testants, who was originally on Season 5, New York, Angelo Sosa, who many had pegged to win the season, he unfortunately became ill in the finals, and many believe that he unjustly lost because he was sick and really not up to cooking in the final. So he got his second chance in Season 8. So for the quickfire, he made a dish that was an homage to his favorite fashion designer, Roberto Cavalli, which caused Mr. Rahi to kind of raise his eyebrows. And then the dish he served his dish in a plastic bag. So imagine if you put something in a bag and you vacuum seal it. And then he wrote on his table the word crocodile because Roberto Cavalli likes crocodile prints. And as you can imagine, way back in 2008, when this quickfire challenge occurs, so 2008, a few years ago.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah. Poor Angelo was routinely mocked by his fellow chef testants for plating the way that he did, right? He wrote on the table. He had this vacuum sealed package. That was his presentation.
Very avant-garde.
So yes, he sort of, in a way, plated on a table. And that's what it reminded me of a little bit. Maybe not the same thing, but
yeah. Similar.
Yeah. So that's my Top Chef baggage check.
Okay, that's a good one. I feel like that's also like just a nice nugget of Top Chef history there, because I feel like, I mean, this podcast is honestly one of the first times I considered that plating on a table could be a viable option in the fine dining sphere, because obviously, like, on the internet you see these really cursed, horrible, like, I have 7 children and 35 dogs and I need to make a quick meal at home, so I'm gonna dump out a bowl of pasta on the kitchen counter and a bunch of tomato sauce over it, and they can just take whatever they want from it. It's like, ooh, that doesn't seem great. That seems not fun at all. So this is the first time I'm actually considering how a table can function like a plate. So the episode was interesting. Knowing that it's been done before in an even more avant-garde way. I think that's fascinating too.
Stick a pin in that because we'll come back to that. There's a whole Reddit thread called We Want Plates devoted to such things. It's a very fun Reddit thread.
I love that.
I love that it's called We Want Plates. It's just perfect.
We Want Plates. I'm curious.
So there was a quickfire challenge. Yeah. So the quickfire was the chef testants had to cook what Tom had cooked. However, they had to get inside his head with a game of 24 questions. They could ask one question before they started cooking, but then after that, all the rest of the questions had to happen while they were cooking.
I can barely multitask.
I actually like this challenge. I thought it was fun. I thought because
you did?
I did. And
oh my gosh, I was so curious about what you had to say. This is like the opposite of what I was expecting.
In 20 seasons of Top Chef, there have been a lot of crazy challenges, and I'm not saying this challenge wasn't crazy, but this one was one that was very unique and new because a lot of times they'll do variations on challenges. For example, next week they're going to do a blind taste test, and they've done that many seasons. They changed it up a little bit, like there'll be variations on the taste test and how they do it. This was a very different spin on that kind of try to guess what it is challenge, and I thought it was I thought it was fun. Now that being said, there are some amusing moments, and I'll name a couple. You maybe you'll have a few of your own. One, I thought it was incredibly hilarious that not one, not two, not three, but four of the chef testants out of the remaining six asked Tom if he had made a soup. Michelle asked first. She said, Tom, is it a soup? And he said no. Manny followed that up with, is it porridge? In my understanding, I know porridge isn't technically kind of a soup, but it kind of is.
It kind of is.
It is. And then of all people, I'm not saying that Manny's not intelligent, okay? I'm sure he's very smart in his real life. I'm just saying one of the smarter, as shown on the show, Danny follows up the porridge and soup question with, is it a cioppino? Now, a cioppino is a fish stew. My understanding is a stew is a soup, okay? And hold on, it gets better. Yet another of the, I would say, air quotes, smarter, and in the context of the competition, chef testants, Dan follows up the cioppino question with, is it a bouillabaisse? Just in case you're not clear, a bouillabaisse is literally a French soup. It's a fish soup. Four chef testants asked if Tom made a soup.
They were like, let's get him on semantics. We really want to make soup here. Let's just see if he says yes to one of them. He has to.
Cracked me up to no end. I was dying with laughter. It was just like,
oh my gosh. I didn't catch that. That's hilarious.
Four. And the reason I know this is because it was pointed out in a review, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Now, I did catch the porridge thing because of the way,
right,
I think Dan gave him side eye for not asking if it was lobster.
Yeah, and then they cut away to his little clip, and he was like, come on, why would you ask that? It's like, well.
And I was about to give Dan points, but then I read the review and it's like, oh yeah, Dan also asked if it was a soup. Dan!
Guys, come on. I feel like what they were experiencing is like the universal feeling when you're playing 20 questions as a kid, where someone goes after you and you're like, is it an animal? And the person's like, yeah. And they're like, is it an inanimate object? And it's like, no, obviously. I said yes to animal. Like, what do you mean? I feel like I resonated. I really felt that.
And then I will say, I realized it just gave Manny a little bit of a beating. And I do apologize because of the six chef testants, only two were smart enough to go up to the empty plate before their time started, because
yeah, they did.
Tom said, you can ask before you ask questions. Only two went up and looked at the empty plate. Manny and Michelle. Team M&M were the only ones with the big...
Team M&M.
Were the only ones with the big brain to go, you know what? Maybe we should go look at the plate.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And you know what? I did see that affect the questions that they were asking, because Manny and Michelle, they went up there and they were looking, they're like, okay, there's red onion, there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. And then, you know, you have some of the other chef testants who went straight to their stations, and they're going up to the mic asking questions that it's like, if you looked at that, you would know the answer to that question.
Thank you.
Which is like, man. I mean, I guess it just boils down to the way that the different chef testants process the information that they're given.
Of the six, the one with the biggest brain was Savannah, because she looked around the kitchen and again, this was pointed out in a review. She looked around the kitchen and she noticed that for the first time all season, there were woks. And she reasoned, oh, Tom probably used a wok. Otherwise, why are there woks in here? Because it's not a typical Top Chef
That's true.
kitchen utensil.
It's not. It should be. Woks are so great.
21 seasons in, you would.
You think?
Yes, but it's not. It's not. It's only been used, I want to say this is the second time in Top Chef history, maybe, we've seen a wok.
Wow. That's surprising, actually.
And I want to say it was Top Chef California. Yeah, season 13.
I can see that.
They had a wok challenge.
So I guess it's another. I was curious about what you would say about it, about how this challenge tests or, like, I guess, interrogates the skills and abilities of these chefs. I'd love to hear you talk on that. Do you have opinions on, because obviously there's a little bit that we just kind of got into with, they went up first. Maybe it's like more of a visual, experiential kind of learning oriented person who like goes up to the dish first versus other people who jump right into it. What do you think this challenge did to kind of prove that the people in this competition, like, it proves their skill? Like, what do you think it was testing?
Okay, very good question, because so I would say the two things that it was testing, well, maybe the first thing it unintentionally tested was the chef's observational abilities, which I would say Savannah did a really good job. And I would say Manny and Michelle thinking to go to look at the dish, because Michelle was the only one who picked up on the candied ginger. And that was because she went up to the dish and she picked that up. So, but the other thing that I'm guessing what they were really trying to test was the chef's ability to pick up on the profile of the dish just by smelling it, just by seeing what ingredients were left on the plate. And there was a lot they could have picked up if they had really thought about it. And I can understand the pressure, and your brain's probably not thinking through, because clearly if they were in their home kitchen, I bet all of them probably could have come really close to guessing what he made. You have 30 minutes, you have no time, you can't think about it. I get it. So it makes for comedy. I get it. But she went up there, and what's really testing is, like, can you identify what's in this dish? And a lot of them did a really good job, minus the silly questions. They did well, like picking up on the candied ginger. And it's really testing, if you see these things composed in this way or left on the plate, what do you think happened here? And a good chef should be able to pick up something from that, even before they start asking their questions. And then obviously once you've looked at those things and people start asking questions, then you see the strategy coming. And then I guess the rest of it is just testing your gameplay. But really what it's testing is your abilities to pick up on flavor profiles and think, okay, what kind of dish is this? And Savannah was really smart. Well, obviously the wok really helped her. Figuring that out really helped her. But yeah, so I would say that's what it was testing.
That's a helpful explanation. I was unsure. I was like, this seems like a silly game. I played 20 questions as a kid. This seems like a silly game, but no, that does make sense.
There's a thing in the culinary world, which I didn't know until Top Chef season 11, which is New Orleans. And she was actually a finalist that season, I think she was a finalist in the Charleston season when she came back. Shirley Chung, professionally, she was a ghost chef. And that's a chef who can go in and mimic any other chef's dish, which is an incredibly good skill, because
oh, wow,
you're working in another chef's restaurant and you're their sous chef or chef de cuisine. You need to be able to cook their dishes and instruct other chefs, your sous chefs and other people on the line, on how to make those dishes. And she was really, really good at that. She could taste the dish and go, okay, I know what this is. And another one who was really good at that was the one who won season 19 and 20, Boudeleau. You taste a dish, he could understand it and go, I can replicate this dish because I've had an example of it. That's a really good skill. And so in a way, it's testing that skill, because it's a skill that you actually need to have in a kitchen.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense now.
They obviously gamified it and made it a lot harder than it would be in an actual kitchen, but that's the whole point of Top Chef.
Yeah, that's a good point. They don't make it easy.
They don't make it easy. And this brings us to the bottom and the top of the line dishes. So we have Laura.
Yes.
Back from the LCK, the last winner of LCK. And she essentially won for a mise en place challenge. And I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I will say that the Ringer podcast, shared my feelings on this by saying, great, she won a mise en place challenge, but in a culinary cooking competition, is that really fair that the last challenge in LCK was a mise en place challenge and not really having to cook a dish? And they had to cook a dish, but essentially if you finished your mise en place first, then you were pretty much going to win that challenge, because you were going to have the most time and ability to put together a composed dish in 20 minutes. So Laura's back. What lands on the bottom, much to my delight.
Oh my gosh.
I still am not over the whole budget thing. No. Still not over the recipe cards. Still not over the slippery cheese.
There were looks cast, yeah, when she came back in.
Still not over the chocolate. Still not over her mysterious performance in front of house. No. Very glad to see her on the bottom.
The villain edit is truly alive and well.
And I want to say, everything I say is in the context of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows what she's like in real life, but in the context of the show, me no like Laura. No. Also on the bottom, much to my surprise, Danny. Danny was on the bottom. I guess his dish was one of the most tasty, but it didn't look anything like Tom's because it was completely off track. And then Manny. Porridge, Manny. Yeah, Manny on the bottom. I guess his dish had too much lime juice. Maybe he just really likes his aguachiles. I don't know.
He does. He loves them, you know?
He likes pickling things, apparently. I guess he overpickled his lobster. And I want you to stick a pin in this. So the top three.
Yes.
Michelle was in the top three. Her dish had the right appearance, and she knew not to include any sauce. But I guess some of the ingredients weren't cooked enough. Now, when it came to the elimination, which we will talk about more, the judges decided not to focus on the quickfire dishes because they said that their dishes, Manny and Michelle's, Team M&M, were air quotes pretty close in quality. And okay, that's fair, judges. If you want to say they're pretty close in quality, we'll talk about this more in the elimination. Stick a pin in it.
I will.
I have a problem with the fact that if they're going to say they're the same quality, why was she in the top and Manny in the bottom? But moving on. Also in the top, Dan. Very nice. Good job. He did a lobster stir fry, so he came super, super close. And then the winner, big brain, Savannah.
She's pulling out the stops. She really is.
She really is. Her dish came the closest.
She's the sleeper agent of this season, isn't she?
Definitely. So, Quiche, did you have any tidbits for the quickfire?
You know what? I feel like I was just completely blindsided by the 20 questions version of cooking, so I was just trying to wrap my head around it the whole time, but I'd love to hear if you have any tidbits.
Oh, just two. So one was pointed out by the scholars at Reddit, because again, I missed this. I missed so much.
We love them. We love the scholars at Reddit. Sponsored by the scholars at Reddit.
I know, my goodness. Dan used Tom's microphone to ask one of his questions. Did you notice this?
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, that was funny. Because, well, I mean, all the other chefs, I mean, he's being a team player there because all the other chefs need to hear that question as well and the answer to it. So why run all the way over to that mic when you could just use the one you're right next to?
Love it. I missed it. I love it. Thank you, Reddit, for pointing that out. And then my other one, just really quickly, I love that Savannah has custom-made knives by her dad.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that is so sweet. Oh my goodness. Her whole, like, her dad, her boyfriend quizzing her and, like, challenging her and getting her ready for Top Chef, like, the cutest support system, I will say. Oh my gosh.
Love it. So there was an elimination challenge.
Yes. Containing my tears.
So they had to lay it all out on the table. They had to make a dish that was plated directly on a table. No plates allowed. On day one, the chef testants had 2 hours to cook. And then on day 2, Danny, as the winner of the previous elimination challenge, had an extra 30 minutes to cook on day 2. And just very quickly, all of this stuff happening in the previous episode, coming over to the next episode, not a fan of, because I completely forgot that.
Right, yeah, I forgot again.
And so every time someone gets an advantage, I'm like, why? Because it used to be something happened in the quickfire, it directly relates to elimination. You as a viewer do not have to remember what happened 7 days ago because it happened in that episode that you're watching. So anyway, don't want to dwell on it because I would like to ask, if you were presented with this challenge, what would Quiche do?
Well, I think Quiche would have an easier time with this challenge than the 24 questions Tom's Lobster Dish 24 questions challenge, because you put me in that kitchen with an empty bowl, I would complain. I would start complaining. I'd be like, what do you mean? What do you want? What do you mean? Why? Because also, I didn't even understand why they were doing it until you explained it to me, Gnocchi. So
fair.
I would be upset. I'd be throwing a fit. For the elimination challenge, though, I love Mediterranean food. I think it's probably my favorite style of cuisine. I think it always slaps. Oh my gosh. Like, you cannot get Mediterranean food that is bad. It is perfect and amazing. So for mine, I'm focusing on that as my theme because we all know no theme equals death. So gotta make sure I'm doing that. Now, I love the idea of putting everything out on a table. I love it that it's interactive and that you're in a communal kind of eating environment. However, I don't like other people touching my food and dipping into my sauces. So I'm taking that into consideration when I'm plating my food. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but I'm not big on that.
I'm inclined to agree.
Okay.
Don't touch my plate, please.
You're welcome to sit at my table then. Yeah, like you gotta be able to respect other people's food space. I'm not, ew.
This is my food space, and that is your food space.
Yes, exactly. Now, that's not to say that everything is completely isolated. Obviously, I want to use the table space as it is in its entirety. So, what I'm thinking is having, and obviously this is all store-bought. I'm not making any of it myself. I don't have the time. Just kidding. I would try to make it myself and then I'd run out of time. Yeah. So starting out with, I guess like a fun, not dessert, but like an appetizer. So we're going to go with a citrus salad with sliced blood oranges, grapefruit, orange, kiwi, mint leaves, and pomegranate seeds with, I want to say like a ginger infused honey. I was trying to figure out between like a ginger or a cinnamon infused honey, but I think a ginger infused honey would bring brightness to the dish. That's already like pretty bright, pretty forward. So I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just picking up lingo that I've heard over the past season and throwing it in there, hoping it works out.
You've learned so much.
Yeah. I'm going to describe the different aspects of this and then I'll build it out for you on the table so you know what it looks like. So that's we'll just call that a fruit salad. It's not super complex here. I'm going to go with a tossed salad that's halved cherry tomatoes, arugula, barley, lightly sauteed red peppers and zucchini with a vegan green goddess dressing. So that's kind of not one of those ones that you just pour the dressing over, but it's mixed. It's mixed all together. I love falafel. So there's going to be falafel. That's going to be because when you get Mediterranean food, you get like beef, you can get chicken, you can get falafel. I love falafel, so I'm gonna put that in there. It's gonna have tzatziki sauce and garlic sauce with toasted crushed hazelnuts on top of it. Now, as I said, each portion is very much contained. However, I do want you kind of see in the episode how, I'll just use Laura's for example, how she plated hers with so long swooping swaths of sauce. Yeah, so the sauce on Danny's I thought was nice. It was very creative, the way that it was a frame for the food in the center. But to me, and I know I'm really going in on this like aversion to germs thing, but to me, it's like there's no clear delineated space between whose portion is whose. I don't really want to dip in something that you've already double dipped in. So each person is going to get their own, we'll call it like a paint stroke of tzatziki sauce, their own paint stroke of garlic sauce with the crushed hazelnuts sprinkled on top of it. And I want these to kind of weave near each other and around each other, but not be touching each other. So the things are isolated, but they're like reaching for each other across the table, if that makes sense. And because, people like a nice centerpiece, I just won't eat it. Hummus in the middle. Either that or I make a rule for the table that you can't double dip. You're not allowed. And don't stick your fingers in that either, because that's nasty.
Fair.
As you can see, I have a lot of rules with this table setting. Now, what am I gonna eat the hummus with, you may ask? Good question. I'm going to make garlic rosemary pita chips for you to consume that with. And you can also use that to swipe up the garlic sauce, the tzatziki sauce. You can like have all that and then wrap it in, like have a falafel in there with the arugula and the salad, the other different aspects, just building everything together. I think that the table in its entirety can be pretty much like combined and consumed, kind of how Kristen went all in on Dan's table to make like a giant puffin sandwich at the end, which love that. Hilarious. Except for the citrus salad, which I see as kind of like brackets to the table. You know how if you have like a math equation, you have like the parentheses on either side of the equation? I'm trying my best to describe this in a podcast format because I'm waving my hands around like a maniac. For those of you listening, you can't see this and I'm glad, but just picture a math equation and you have the parentheses on either side of all the different elements inside the parentheses. That's how I picture the citrus salad appearing on the table as kind of like a nice frame or garnish around the rest of the meal, because the rest of the meal can all be, like I said, consumed together, but that is kind of like a palate refresher. It's on its own.
Wow. So almost like a deconstructed falafel pita, where you get a falafel when you put it in a pita and you have all the various toppings and things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's so my style. I absolutely love that. Like I said, diehard Mediterranean food fan here. So I would try my best to make it fine dining. I really would, but might not be perfect. But it'd be good food.
I mean, it sounds pretty fine. I mean, Dan essentially made a vegetarian dish, right? And he made pita puffins.
That's true. Also, Dan dropped the recipe for that. Like, Dan, if you're listening, Dan, drop the recipe for that, please. I'm begging you. Those looked so good, and that's so fun. I want that to be a regular in my household. Oh my gosh.
I feel like, so for stepping up to the What Would Quiche Do judges table, my feeling is you might be maybe not top because of the whole baklava thing and the whole
Right. Yes.
paella thing, which are technically harder to make. But I feel like you might have been mid with Savannah.
I don't mind being mid. I really don't. I'm okay with that. Coasting in the middle for this one, I'm fine.
Because she made a whole smorgasbord kaiseki meal thing, and you're really making this whole wonderful kind of vegetarian deconstructed falafel thing. I'm feeling mid.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're definitely not in the bottom with this because we'll talk about it, but you're not in the bottom.
I'll take the bottom. I'll take it. If it means Michelle stays, I'll take it. Please. End my misery.
I'm so sorry to say. You're mid.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take it.
And I would happily try this dish.
Thank you. You mean the table?
Yeah.
The entire table? Thank you.
So there was a winner of this challenge, Laura, former Lady of Darkness. Maybe not Lady of Darkness anymore, but still in my heart, Lady of Darkness.
You're like, there's gonna have to be some more evidence before I change things. I gotta say though, she really does pull through on those desserts, you know, because I'm still thinking about that rice pudding. I'm still thinking about it, and that was ages ago. Like that's a space she thrives in.
It was a beautiful rice pudding too, the beautiful color on it, and this was a beautiful dessert. Beautiful. The rings that she made, very beautiful.
True. I loved it how it was interactive too, with like you put the ring down and then each person gets to kind of like tap and break their own, which it just, you know, being able to interact with it, having to play a part in the composition of the dish, I feel like that probably elevates the experience a lot.
And I want to give her flowers. It was a beautiful dish. And also, to our pleasing, she made 4 separate servings, even though it was on a table.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh. It's like everyone in your zone. Be like, oh, can I have some of that? No, you have your own. Hands off.
And now that I've given her flowers,
Oh.
I don't want to dwell on it too much. But I can understand. So there were a lot of comments in, Reddit Academy, the scholars. A lot of people noted that Dan and Danny looked a wee bit miffed.
Yes.
That Laura, former Lady of Darkness, won. And all I could think was, I'm sure they're still remembering all the stuff she pulled in the first half of this season.
They definitely were.
Dan in particular probably still remembering the $65 she left him when he was supposed to have 200.
Ooh, yeah, that was not great.
And also, it's rubbing me and the scholars at Reddit just a little bit wrong that all the dishes she keeps making, albeit well executed, which is a thing you need to do on Top Chef, they're all dishes that she has apparently had on her menu at her restaurant.
That is true.
And the thing about Top Chef is you can do that, but the reason that they have these crazy challenges is that they want you to stretch yourself. They really want, and we've seen that with, say, Dan making his crazy funnel cake seafood dish.
Right, yeah.
We can guarantee he's never made that before. It was amazing. It worked. Those are the kind of dishes that these challenges, they're hoping to generate. Those kind of dishes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or when Sue wrapped his shrimp in chicken skin.
Sue.
That was something I can't...
Genius.
Right? Or Amanda did some crazy things early on. Or even...
Oh, yeah.
Kenny early on with his pho butter roasted chicken. Things that people necessarily hadn't seen before or maybe weren't necessarily on their menus. The reason they have these crazy challenges is because they want to see these chef testants stretch themselves. And so yes, Laura is executing really well. She may make it into the finals because she's, unlike a lot of the other chef testants who really stumbled over just basic things, burning things, overcooking things, she hasn't made those mistakes for the most part. And so, yes, I want to give her credit there, but at the same time, would really like to see her stop cooking things that are already on her menu.
That's true. Stretch out a little bit, yeah.
That's all. And then The other thing I want to say is, just very briefly, don't want to dwell on it too much, is I still find it kind of bizarre that she got such a horrible edit. And I will say a lot comes down to the edit.
It's true.
And a lot of times people will say, if you're on reality TV, if you say it or do it, they can show it. And that's true. She did say those things. She did do those things. But still, the edit can still either not show those things, or it can at least be more balanced and fair and show this or that. But that being said, in other seasons, for example, when Eddie Money hoovered up all the budget in Top Chef Kentucky, he was immediately remorseful. It was an accident on his part because he didn't realize his lamb chops were going to be so expensive.
Oh.
He apologized for it immediately. He apologized profusely. Maybe she did apologize, but per the edit, we never saw an apology from her. So
that's true, yeah.
These kind of things rub me and the scholars at Reddit Academy just a little bit wrong. And it also kind of strikes us as a little bit bizarre is, why did she get such a horrible edit, potentially unfair edit, and then suddenly it just flip-flopped with Restaurant Wars to suddenly she's a nice person? The editing has just really not done any of these chef testants any favors.
Yeah, no, that is interesting. I feel like it's very, I mean, obviously you don't want, from an editing standpoint, you don't want it to be obvious who's going to be the victor and who's the villain in the entire series. But it does feel very much so like episode to episode, the story will change again and again and again. It's curious, yeah.
The editing this season has just been usually they're a little bit more, let's say, I don't know, skillful with their editing.
Maybe nuanced, yeah.
Nuanced, there you go. Yes. So, just, I don't want to dwell on it too much. And the other thing too is a lot of us are wondering is she really getting a winner's edit?
What does the winner's edit look like?
Well, a lot of jerks have won Top Chef. Just straight out jerks have won Top Chef. And that's gone, as the seasons have progressed, that's really diminished somewhat. But after season 18, where the sexual predator won, okay, no one knew he was a sexual predator at the time, but it all came out after he won. So after that, now going forward from season 19 forward, the chef testants have to sign a morality clause. So if it comes out that you are, a sexual predator, or like the winner of season 9 was a domestic abuser, that kind of ruined the season for a lot of people. Well, there are a lot of reasons season 9 was ruined for people, but that also ruined this season for people. So many people are wondering, why did she get such a horrible edit when they don't really want jerks to win anymore? And so now we're wondering if maybe she's not going to win, but they just needed someone to fill a drama hole because, because they took the tension out of the quickfires. They took, immunity away from the quickfires. Now, if you win a benefit, you don't win it till the next episode. So maybe they just gave her this bizarre villain edit, potentially unfair villain edit.
Just because they needed it for, yeah, okay, yeah.
So just a lot of like, why is this happening? Just a lot of head scratching. A lot of like, this is confusing to us.
I can see that.
Then there was a chef testant that was sent home, and really sent home, because there's no longer any Last Chance Kitchen. And I bet,
well, looks like that's it for this episode of Food Dine. We're gonna cut it right there.
Keisha, do you have any thoughts on, I don't know, who was sent home? What was it? What happened?
Making me say it, Michelle.
Oh,
Michelle was sent home. My heart is broken. I'm so sad. Devastating. When it was Manny and Michelle up on the chopping block, like at first I was taking notes and so I didn't register it. And then I really looked and I saw them and my hands fly up to my mouth and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, wait, no.
Team Eminem.
This is it. I was like, it's between them? The two of them? Are you serious? I mean, obviously Savannah, who was in the middle, she had an excellent execution of her table. Like, it looked stunning. It was really, really incredible to look at, and well done too, except for the octopus, as he points out, many a thing. So I know I understand why it was down to those two, but man, it just made me so sad. Like, ugh. And she said that wasn't like her area of expertise, that wasn't her wheelhouse, and that's understandable. And that does go to like what we were just talking about with Laura, how she's relying on a lot of recipes that she's already done from her restaurant, these different things that she's already experienced with. And I do want to applaud Michelle for trying to do something that was out of her wheelhouse, because she said she was like, yeah, like one of these things that they're expecting of me, like a Southern cooking thing they're expecting of me, like these different, like a crawdad boil, this, that, whatever. Like, I'm going to try to do something different in an effort to take those leaps, because she's taken chances in the past. Those chances have they've worked, they've paid off. And so I respect what she was doing there. I thought that was cool of her. She was playing the Top Chef game. She was doing what she needed to be doing. It just didn't pan out for her that time. But what really put salt in that wound there was when Gail was like, what's she doing? This is her wheelhouse. She could have done this. I'm like, Gail, you guys are constantly talking about how you want them all to take risks. She was taking a risk.
It was painful to watch. Painful.
It was.
Because, yeah, why not just do a crawfish boil? Why not just, it was painful. And obviously, a lot of people in the Reddit pointed out that she couldn't do barbecue because you don't have enough time, right? You got to have at least 24 hours.
That's true, yeah.
But there are other things she still could have done that were in her wheelhouse. And she could have just taken a page out of Danny and Laura's book, where they've basically been executing dishes that they know and that they've been doing, for years. And as you have seen over the course of this season, the chef testants who try to stretch themselves but don't execute, they're the ones that go home over the ones who maybe aren't being creative but are executing.
Yeah, it was so hard. But I mean, again, like, I have nothing but praises to sing of Michelle and her performance on Top Chef. I will say that the way that she took the ending of her time on Top Chef, class.
Graceful.
Yeah, like, incredible. I felt like she won by the way that she was receiving the feedback that she got and how she took her exit from the show. I sincerely feel like she won just by her attitude, the way that she was going about it. I thought that was great.
I believe for fan favorite, it's a kind of a dead heat between Michelle and Dan. I never participate in the fan favorite votes, but that seems to be the summation on Reddit. People are really pulling for Michelle, are really pulling for Dan at this point of the remaining chef testants. And I got to say, for someone who pivoted extremely late, completely changed her careers to cooking and came to it late, she did so many impressive things for someone whose focus is barbecue. She did so many impressive things. So I would say, yes, and in a sense, she's going to come out of the season. She may be one of the few who come out of the season a winner.
So true.
Because so many have kind of, in the context of the show, have really embarrassed themselves in the context of the show. But I would say she didn't really, except this one was painful. This one was hard to watch. It was really hard to watch.
The whole thing was like an ordeal because Manny made a risotto and I got so scared as well.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. In fact, do you want to talk about Manny's risotto right now?
Oh my gosh, yeah, let's get into it.
This brings us to the Quickfire Effect. Remember how I said stick a pin in it earlier?
Yes.
So why don't you talk to us about Manny's risotto dish, and then we'll come back to the pin.
Right. So, his risotto, first of all, and this is like a little editing note, just with how things are executed. It was so funny because Manny was like, I'm doing a risotto. And Dan doesn't say a single thing to him. And I'm like, have we not gone down this road before? Have we not learned? Like, are you looking out for him or not? I mean, I don't know if he would have changed his mind at all, saying like, oh, you know how risottos go. Because he had his moment where he was like, I know risottos on Top Chef are dangerous. And then you get into the whole risotto edit that they put together for this episode, which was hilarious.
The risotto edit, it was so good. Manny, your buddy on Team Power Bottom, your buddy Kevin went home for a risotto. Everyone told you, you've no risotto.
I know.
The montage was literally all three hosts of Top Chef now have gotten to send somebody home for a risotto. Someone pointed it out on the Reddit, and I was like, oh, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Katie Lee, Padma, several chef testants, and then Kristen already. Katie Lee had one season. She got to send somebody home for risotto. Kristen, this is her first season. She's gotten to send somebody home for risotto.
Out of the way early, she's efficient.
Yeah, efficient, yes. Padma, countless chef testants she got to send home for risotto. But okay, Manny, make a risotto.
Hey, it's either boldness or folly. I don't know.
So remember that pin. Look, the judges wanted to put Michelle on the top for the quickfire. I didn't question it, okay? But then when you come to the judging, and you say, Manny and Michelle's dishes were too similar to, count them. My quibble, okay, is then why didn't you put Michelle on the bottom? Why was she in the top of the quickfire if her dish was basically the equivalent to Manny's? That's it. That's my quibble.
Yeah, no, that's an inconsistency there. Yeah.
Right, because once again, being in the top of the quickfire did not save, and I was really, Sue, that one hurt me, and I knew this one was going to hurt you.
I know.
Not that it didn't hurt me too, but I knew it was going to hurt you.
I feel like we really liked Sue and Michelle in this competition. We've been like in their corners solidly, so.
Yeah, and I was with Manny initially with his pozole, but then after that, Manny. Manny, come on now. Come on.
You can't get over the aguachile.
The pickled beef. Yeah.
Aguachile-gate.
So that was my pin. Like, come on. If her dish was really equivalent to Manny's, then just put her in the bottom of the quickfire. Come on. Why was she in the top?
If it's not going to make a difference, why include the fact that the quickfire is going to play into the elimination challenge? Why?
Yeah. So, and then not to beat up on poor Manny, because I know in real life he's probably crushing it with his Mexican flavors, but in the context of the show, this was his 5th time on the bottom, which again, scholars at Reddit pointed this out, and also several reviews. Manny, this is your 5th time on the bottom, and why are you making risotto? Why?
Yeah.
But also, he said, I'm taking a risk. Well, yes, you're taking a risk, because when you plate something like risotto, like remember I said, 30 minutes to plate, and that they need to be eating it, not 30 minutes to the table, spread it out so it can get cold and tighten up.
Right.
So right from launch, it was a bad idea. But also, he mentioned, oh yeah, I make this all the time. And that, again, is something that has rubbed me and the scholars at Reddit just a little bit wrong. You know, Danny, Manny, Laura, probably several others, just making dishes they've made many times before. And yes, they come in memorizing recipes, but the hope is that you'll take those and stretch yourself and make something new.
That's true.
And then if I may, whether or not Michel was on the top or bottom of the quickfire, can we just talk about the fact that, so on Manny's table, he failed every technical aspect of his dish. He failed. His seafood was overcooked. His risotto was too tight. The dish was too spicy. And spicy's okay, but it was out of balance spicy. If it's burning someone's mouth, that's not in balance. And it burned the guest judge's mouth. The only thing he did right was he spread his disaster all over the table. That's literally the only thing he did right. Yes, Michelle had technical errors. Her biscuit was undercooked. Okay, but she goes home.
Yeah.
I don't want to dwell on it. The inconsistent judging this season has really driven a lot of us just crazy. And I got to say to you, we understand that the producers do have a hand in things. That being said, the judging has been so wildly inconsistent and also very largely absent. Many episodes, you only get like 2 or 3 sentences and they're off to the steering room. You don't even know why.
That's true, yeah.
And it's just, what is going on this season? You're barely showing us judging, and then what judging we do get is wildly inconsistent. It's never been this wildly inconsistent before. Never. I mean, there have been times where, for example, Top Chef All-Stars LA, I would say that was season 17, possibly. And the very first episode, 2 chef testants, well, there were more than 2 on the bottom, but 2 of them, one of them was Chef Joe Sasto, whom I personally love. That's when we had dinner with at Reverie.
Nice.
And then Chef Leanne Wong, who I also love, but they were both on the bottom. Now, on his dish, he had maybe one too many things on his flatbread, but her dish, she burned it. She actually burned her dish. And yet, Joe Sasta was the one who went home. And it was the first episode. And at the time, I was like, okay. But it kind of bothers us when it's not a technical error that sends people home, because this is a cooking show. These are supposed to be top chefs, not top home chefs, right? And even top home chefs wouldn't serve their kids burned food, I don't think.
No, ideally not.
Right. So it just bothers us a little bit when people don't go home for technical errors. And if we're going to put it in the balance, technically speaking, Manny should have gone home many, many, many times before, because he's made so many more technical errors than other people who've been on the bottom. So, are the producers having a hand in this? Why is he still around? Okay. That's all.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It is disappointing to hear that the judging has been kind of all over the place, especially for a cooking show.
I mean, this is your first season, and even last episode, you were beginning to feel the twinges of confusion. And I also kind of know that I'm kind of influencing you with all my Top Chef baggage and all my notes of dank.
I need someone to show me the way. Come on.
But even you're picking up on the fact that the judging seems a little bit confusing.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
And so, for example, just to kind of pile on, this is the Quickfire Effect / note of dank. Savannah being in the middle, look, okay, fine, that's where you want to put her, but she didn't cook her octopus properly. Shouldn't she have been on the bottom? I don't think she would have gone home either way if she was on the bottom, but just in terms of judging.
But it is a technical error.
Shouldn't she have been on the bottom? Just like, even though I love Michelle, shouldn't she have been on the bottom of the Quickfire? Just that's all. The judging is kind of leaving us all scratching our heads going, what is going on here? What is happening? It's very unusual for them to allow so many technical errors to slide. That's all. It's just weird.
Well, hopefully we can attribute it to growing pains with a new production team and all this stuff.
Yeah, maybe they're saying be lenient on the technical errors course. But the thing is, this is not Top Home Chef.
It's Top Chef, the Top Chef universe.
Look, I'm sure if you burn something, I'm sure you don't consider it acceptable. So
No, if I burn toast, I'm going to scrape it off. I'm not going to throw it out because I'm not wasteful like that, but I'm not going to eat it burnt.
hmm and this is a little bit of a, it's not necessary. This is not necessarily a theory that I've seen bubbling around on the Reddit, but this is something that popped into my head. Since they've let so many technical errors go by, I'm wondering, and also because the quickfires had, there was no real impact of the quickfires. There was no immunity, so there's no real risk to not doing well in those. Are we seeing more technical errors because the chef testants know that they're really not going to get dinged for it? Just a question, because it's incredibly unusual to see this many so late in a season. Like you might see it in the first episode, like we saw, they're getting their feet, they're not used to cooking under time pressure, they're not used to cooking under the hot lights. You'll see it in the first episode. Very excellent chefs will go home for very basic technical errors. But now this is what, episode 11, or as you say, the final episode?
Yeah, the final episode. Nothing happens after this.
It's incredibly rare to see so many technical errors. And in this episode, oh my gosh, all of the chef testants committed technical errors. Now, granted, Danny did fix his.
He did, that's true.
But he overcooked his rice. Savannah, improperly cooked octopus. Michelle and Manny, there's those. The only one who didn't commit a technical error, was it Laura? And maybe Dan didn't commit one, maybe?
No, that's true.
And everyone else committed a technical error. It's just so rare to see so many chef testants do this poorly this late in a season. Just putting that out there. And that's also one of the reasons why the whole chips and dip thing bothered so many of us on the Reddit.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is not top home cook. These are people who are already accomplished in their field.
That's true, yeah.
These are people who would crush anyone in MasterChef. They would destroy them. But not this season. And the ones who would destroy on MasterChef are the ones who are executing dishes that they've already executed many times before. Danny, Laura, just saying. This is not top mediocre home cook.
Oh, shots fired.
I will say, in Savannah's defense, the whole octopus thing, some chef testants, good ones, have, had slip-ups late, in late seasons. It happens, okay? And usually it's an anomaly, not a common thing. Another thing too is, I will say, Savannah and Dan and Sue and probably Amanda, maybe a few others, they consistently have been stretching themselves and executing creative dishes.
Yes, true.
The mustard greens, she never did that before.
Oh my gosh, that's an iconic moment. I'll say it again.
The funnel cake seafood,
yeah,
he never executed that before. So props to them for that. Quiche, did you have any tidbits for this elimination?
Tidbits for the elimination challenge. Well, as I said earlier, Dan needs to drop the puffin recipe, but Manny also needs to link us all to the SoundCloud where his albums are hidden. His emo album, I want to hear those. I want to listen to those. So he needs to put those out there if he hasn't already. I will take those. And while he's at it, I want that Sicilian pesto recipe because a girl loves pesto, and that sounds really nice.
I love the Reddit because they said Manny has such perfect boyfriend energy. Put on his album, make your girlfriend dinner, or his fiance in this case.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's so cute. Oh yeah, and we got some Manny lore as well, which was so sweet. Oh my goodness.
And as a former emo kid, I grok with that Manny.
I love that. My other tidbit is, I will say we've been talking a lot about the editing, but they did have a moment of editing genius, I will say, that made me giggle and kick my feet a little bit because it was so funny. The difference, the contrast between Savannah plating her table and Laura plating her table, hilarious.
Finally, a moment of editing brilliance this season.
It was so funny. They're like, oh, it's so calm and casual. And Savannah's like, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like a beautiful walk in an English countryside versus you're in the trenches. Like it was a good moment. It was props to the editing department there. That was fun.
No notes. Literal chef's kiss.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Excellent tidbits.
Thank you. Thank you very much. How about you? Tidbits?
That puffin. I want one. I had never heard of puffins before, actually. Did you know those are a real thing?
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
You did?
It's a seabird.
Oh!
Gnocchi, you didn't know that puffins exist?
No. Did you know of them before Star Wars?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I was an animal kid.
You're so smart.
Yeah, no, I knew those existed. They're like, to me, mentally, and, you know, to any scientists out there, please ignore this. To me, they're like penguin cousins, you know, because they're like, they read as kind of similar. They're, you know, they're really cute, and they've got the cute, colorful beaks and everything. So yes, I was aware of puffins.
So cute. Oh my goodness.
Just unlocked weird quiche animal child history.
Love it. Quiche lore. Love it.
Quiche lore.
Now, I was like, yeah, I want a puffin. I want a puffin sandwich. Heck yes. Give me puffin. But yes, I didn't know puffins were a real thing until the Star Wars movies, which I didn't actually watch the Star Wars movies.
Oh, no?
Because Star Wars is dead to me.
Oh, okay.
As an elder, I grew up with the original, unadulterated, undigitized Star Wars.
The undigitized originals is where it's at. That's yeah.
That's what I grew up with. So I know the millennials, they like their Clone Wars and all that. No.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Oh, you either? No?
No, I'm not a big fan of the prequels. I actually, I'm sorry. I kind of enjoyed the sequels because that's the ones that I was growing up with. Those are the ones that, like, I was watching them. They were coming out at an impactful age for me. So, but that's a whole nother thing. This isn't a Star Wars podcast. This is a Top Chef podcast.
Look, there's Lady of Darkness, her turn to the dark side.
Hey, okay. Yeah, we got the themes.
Puffins appeared magically.
Puffins appeared. I have a question for you, though. Did you look up puffin sandwich?
No, is that a thing?
Before knowing that. Okay, no, I was just making sure because you said, like, you wanted to have a puffin sandwich. And I was like, oh my gosh, did you look up puffin sandwich on the internet after watching this episode? And did you get, like, exotic meat, like, as an option? I was curious.
That would be a horrific search result.
That would be.
Think of it after Kristen made the puffin sandwich. Oh my goodness, the search results after that. Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Everyone's like, puffin sandwich. It's like, no, PETA's knocking on everyone's door. The World Wildlife Federation is like, they're crying. They're scared.
Well, completely unrelated to anything, I invite you to check out the Star Wars video that's gone viral in the past week, which is the spectacular failure of the Star Wars Hotel. But that's a digression.
Oh, okay.
To bring it back to the show, my other tidbit. So the guest judge was Curtis Duffy. He was actually the first chef de cuisine at the restaurant Alinea in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And Alinea being a 3-star Michelin restaurant headed by Grant Achatz. And that's the restaurant where we talked about the ice cream sundae being plated on the table.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently the reason that Grant Achatz, who's he's always been the chef of Alinea, the reason why he wasn't the guest judge is because he was getting married when this episode was being filmed. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations, sir.
Yeah, but getting Curtis Duffy was an excellent choice. He was the chef de cuisine at Alinea, and then he had a 3 Michelin star restaurant called Grace, and now he currently has a 2 Michelin star called Ever in Chicago. So he was still a great guest judge, perfect for the challenge. But that is why Grant Achatz of the ice cream sundae plated on a table fame was not there. And then my final tidbit, and I don't know if you caught this because I did not catch this until I saw it in the Reddit. Thank you to Reddit Academy. But Kamayan, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, it's a Filipino word, that apparently is one of the inspirations for this challenge. And what it means is it's Tagalog for by hand, and it's a communal style feast in the Philippines.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I didn't catch that.
I did not catch it either, but apparently it was mentioned, and that was the inspiration for the challenge.
Oh, well, that's good to know. That's a lot of good culinary education, little tidbit to have right there. I'm glad to know that. I'll be looking more into that. But I'm like that, but also like in your own plate. Like you're not allowed to take from my plate and get your grubby little hands on my plate. So like that, but with like germaphobe undertones.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that brings us to the time. You know it. You love it. He's back. High Speed Dining is here for snack time.
Woohoo!
All right. Welcome to snack time.
Oh, goody. Great to be back. Yeah. How was everyone this week? You all stuffed with some seafood porridge?
Ooh.
That
one got laughed off the show.
Oh boy. Porridge. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a best bite for this week?
Well, I was going to say seafood porridge, but peanut butter jelly and Old Bay, the PB&J. Is that something you guys tried? We talked about it being a challenge last week.
We did.
Right before this episode, made myself a sandwich. I shot a little video of it, so I plan to produce that at some point so I can share in the fun and the deliciousness of it. Not a bad bite, I have to say.
Oh.
Okay.
Genius coming up with this idea, I think, right?
Oh.
Now, what kind of jam did you use? I'm curious.
I think it was a strawberry
It was.
Okay.
and a smooth, creamy
Crunchy.
peanut butter that was sugar-free, but of course, not extra sugar added, I guess, but because there was that delicious sweet strawberry jam, it really did a good job. And I gotta say, I did a nice, healthy portion of tapping on that Old Bay. It tasted pretty good, I thought. Added a little kick to it, a little heat. It really worked. I'll be honest. I enjoyed it.
Gnocchi, what did you think?
I have to say, I was very trepidatious. And then after I tried it, I was shocked by how much I actually appreciated the flavor. It kind of reminded me of the condiment sumac.
Okay.
You know, not the poison plant, but the
Right.
condiment that you sprinkle on your meat. It kind of reminded me of that flavor profile a little bit, and it just amped up the flavor of the peanut butter and jelly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Quiche?
You know, I tried out. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of peanut butter and jelly to begin with. So I was trying it with Sue's 2-to-1 ratio, 2 peanut butter, 1 jam or jelly. The jam/jelly I had on hand was marmalade. And actually, because I tried that on its own first, I did kind of like it. I don't usually like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that have either grape or strawberry. It's just not my jam, but
Touche!
But
It's like a chunky jelly.
yeah, no, the marmalade wasn't bad. It was kind of reminding me of a breakfast food I like. I love having a piece of toast with peanut butter, sliced banana, and then honey drizzled on it.
Ooh.
And like the flavor profile was kind of reminding me of that. And then I very fearfully added the Old Bay seasoning. I gotta say, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I don't think I'll be seeking it out, but I'm not like, if someone were like, this is all we only have PB&J OB, I'd be like, okay, I guess, yeah, I'll eat it.
It's not unequal flavor-wise to the peanut butter to the jelly. It's really just a light little topping that adds a nice twist to it.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's really 90% peanut butter and jelly and bread, and a little 10% maybe of that, something's different in there.
Yeah.
It's a funky goodness.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Funky goodness. I like that. Yeah.
You know, and I even tried, now with my last bite, I did some more Old Bay on the top. Just to really counter it and see, did that knock it over the edge or did that take it to a bad place? And no, it still went down pretty easily.
Well, Quiche, I would be curious, since I know you don't really like jam or jelly,
Right.
if you would just enjoy peanut butter sandwiches with a little Old Bay.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
Since you do actually like peanut butter. Because the jelly might have been a challenge for you to appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was like really focused on how sweet it was and everything. I'm less scared of it now, so I might actually try that this week.
I'm just curious because, peanut butter is very savory and typically Old Bay is a savory seasoning, so.
True.
It's usually a big jar of peanut butter too, so you're going to have that for a while.
Yeah.
Might as well tap into it some more.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, High Speed Dining, the guest judge this week was Curtis Duffy of Ever restaurant fame.
In Chicago, 2 Michelin stars. First off, I have to say this episode was probably my favorite of the season. I'm a fine dining fanatic, and I loved doing the art and table coverings of food. It's really different and unique, but since I've had that and experienced it before, I wanted to see who could match what I saw in these crazy high-end restaurants. It was well done. And first off, Chef Duffy, he actually used to be the chef de cuisine at Alinea, so he has a connection to that. He had a 3 Michelin star restaurant in Chicago called Grace before he started Ever. So he really has great lineage, great history, and a very creative guy. So he was the perfect judge for this. The 3 main hosts and just 1 judge kept it, really controlled. You had everyone just adding their thing and you weren't having to deal with a few extra different judges. And I liked that aspect. Everyone was not only served the same thing, it was the same, instead of the same dish, you had one big table dish to eat it from. And I really appreciated that because I have done videos from the Alinea restaurant in Chicago where they do the big dessert on a table, and they're doing a painting of dessert. And in social media, people just go nuts when they see that. And not in a good way. A lot of people are like, oh, that's so creative. How do you eat ice cream off the table with a spoon? But the majority of people are like, that's disgusting, eating off of a table.
It's cleaned.
But they put down a nice sheet of silicone. It's its own clean tablecloth, so to speak, for each one. And it's just so unique and artistic. So to see everyone do their own thing this week, you know, I think 4 of the 5 were creative, and the person who really didn't know what was going on, they got the boot.
Yes, they did.
I loved the episode and seeing that. And Chef Duffy, just a really solid guy who he's really known for his creative food. When I ate there a couple of years ago in Chicago, some of the dishes just blew your mind. One of the things was a shaved hamachi, thinly shaved fish, but they freeze it with liquid nitrogen. So you're now eating fish stickles, in essence, you know, fish that's frozen. So it's a little chewy, you know, crunchy. I mean, you know, you let it melt in your mouth sometimes. Really interesting stuff. And so he does a lot of creative things at his restaurant. And I would say he's in line for a 3rd star at some point as well. So he was a perfect judge for this. And, you know, I don't take this the wrong way, but he's so fine to look at too.
Oh my goodness.
Such a sexy gentleman. No, he looked great in his suit and all of his, you know.
His black fingernail polish.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was admiring that. I was like, the style is coming together. It was good. It was good.
Sharp. Very
It's about food, but fashion. Come on.
Great episode for me. I just really got into it. And now I knew the name of everyone when they came up. So I'm really getting into the show. I'm really becoming a part of it. It's been a lot of fun to watch it all happen. And I just thought it was a really creative episode, especially as well, the Quickfire Challenge. I mean, you asked questions. It just became a game. And, you know, these 2 cooking challenges this week, for me, just really pressed all the right buttons, you know?
You have a lot of experience with the whole "we want plates" phenomenon, do you not?
Yeah, it's a huge thing on Reddit. It may not have been the first big food thing that they had on there, but I think it surpassed some of the other food groups, and people just love it. They love to post videos and photos of weird stuff served on anything but a plate, including stuff on a table. You know, and a lot of my videos at these fine dining restaurants are stuff that are alternative types of plating, where you get beef on wood and it's served with moss and little trees, or just, you know, on shells. I mean, it can come on just the weirdest of ways. And so the tabletop stuff like this drives these people mad. And their anger and their hatred and their comments, that's what makes a video go viral. So the We Want Platers, I love them dearly. In fact, I even joined Reddit and started posting my own stuff on there, because if you're gonna hate on my stuff, I might as well get credit for it. The HighSpeedDining name has trended on the We Want Plates on Reddit many times over the years, and I just really enjoyed watching this and the creativeness with it. And, you know, anything that's alternative, that's what fine dining is at a lot of these places. It's about pushing the boundaries and making you think creatively and, you know, trying to do things different, bringing you back to your childhood and playfulness. And yeah, We Want Platers. I love them, and I love commenting to them when they try and rip me apart, because that's my fuel. So We Want Platers, we love you. Watch this episode from this past week and they'll go bonkers.
They got tagged so many times in the Reddit, in the Top Chef Reddit. I saw people over and over posting, "We want plates, we want plates," and a link to it because they knew it would drive them nuts. Don't you have a friend tonight at the restaurant that they name checked, Disfrutar, in Barcelona?
Yeah, he's in Barcelona. It's one of the hardest restaurants in the world to get a seat at, since it's so high rated. It was 3 Michelin stars, and he was upset months ago when he couldn't get a reservation going. I didn't know they put them up a month in advance and they sell out immediately. He got a last minute cancellation thing, and he was just there tonight. He was sending me some photos from earlier, and it's 30 different foods, different courses.
Whoa.
And the photos he's sending are ridiculous. I mean, one of the opening courses was food served on a on a log of sort. It's one big plate, but then there's like bread and butter almost on a log, and it comes with a magnifying glass, and it turns out there's this little tiny thing on the plate that must be like a centimeter or smaller cut out of a man.
Wow.
What?
So you use the magnifying glass to look at it. It's the weirdest thing. I can show you right here. I'm showing you guys through the video, that we're on. But you see the full plate up here. There's a little dot, and then here's the dot, and it's a little man.
I see it. Wow.
Right on there. Like, it's the weirdest stuff. And that's what these crazy high-end, a lot of the restaurants do, is they take you on a journey where every single dish is something you would never expect.
You see Quiche's face?
Do you eat the little man? What is going on?
I don't even know if you eat it. It's just there to look at. Can you guys guess what this is? It looks like 2-quarter sandwiches with the crust cut off. That's gazpacho.
Wow.
What?
And it's got pink bread with like orange center. Gazpacho. Normally it's a soup, but that is the craziness that goes on. It looks like there's a sauce underneath it, all over the plate. And, if you like these crazy types of things in this episode tonight, doing stuff on a table, I think you would really dig these high-end restaurants. Not everyone does it. A lot of them really are just about serving you the highest quality, finest ingredients with the best service and stuff. But a lot of them just push the boundaries, and that's what makes them so popular and sell out so much. It's unique and crazy.
I wonder if he's going to experience. So on the episode, they showed the table that they serve. That they showed the big table where they have the several courses in the table. That's the image that they showed for Disfrutar in the episode. They showed a table with several courses in the table. I wonder if he's going to experience that tonight.
I didn't see that in his pictures. I mean, here he did little compilations with 9 per page, and there's 1 page there.
Wow.
2 page there. 3 pages, 9 different photos of each, and every one some sort of freaky, unknown combination you would never understand or expect. I mean, if you tried to play the game they did tonight with Tom with the first round in the Quickfire Challenge of ask me questions to figure out what it is, like this type of food you wouldn't have even gotten close.
You would never guess.
So that's what makes these restaurants, they're fun. It's, a circus for food.
Are you seeing Quiche's face?
I'm so confused.
Quiche's face is just no.
To me, the line between a food crime and fine cuisine, it seems to get more and more muddled every time I learn something. I don't know what's going on.
These are the most fun meals I think you could possibly have because they push the boundaries. And a lot of people, like the We Want Platers, probably are also people who say, I punched the waiter who dropped off that tiny little thing on my plate. They would rather have, instead of 30 different foods, give them 3 big plates of something. Give me a big steak. Give me a whole loaf of bread and a little tiny bite. And, they just want big things. And I get it. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. It's just a different way to approach dining and the dining experience. So
that's true.
Yeah, these high-end restaurants do the crazy stuff like the serving your food on a table. And Chef Duffy was the perfect guy for the night.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. So this is why I found tonight's episode probably the best thing that they've done so far. It really spoke to me food-wise. And it was, you had to watch people get really creative rather than battle with dealing with fish boils and
Torch.
It was really about food tonight, in my eyes. Great episode.
Guess who's ranked number 1 currently this season? HighSpeedDining.
And this is ranked, I think you sent me that. And I didn't look at it because I hadn't watched the episode yet.
Oh.
So I'm like, Dan Jacobs at the top, right? And then Danny, my men.
Your man Dan is number 1. He's number 1. He's at the top of the heap. And then, of course, Michelle's on there, but she's clearly not in the top 4 anymore, which actually...
No.
Quiche, you know what we forgot to do earlier? You have to pick another chef.
Oh, okay.
I wonder who you'll pick.
Well, let's see. So you have the options are limitless for me, really. I mean, despite the villain edit they've been giving her,
Yep.
Laura doesn't mess with desserts, so...
True story.
I would go there too. I really think she has a great chance. She has major backgrounds with 3 Michelin star restaurants like 11 Madison Park.
Yes.
And again, that is a place on the super high end of these other guys have done some training at. So I think you can see Dan is really concerned about her.
Yeah.
And you should when it gets down towards the end. At this point, there's still other people who are fireable, so to speak. They're just, you don't always have to be number one, but you just don't have to be last. And I think she's in good place too.
Quiche, I just realized your mission to Mars, you're going to have to take Laura instead of Michelle.
I mean, I'm trying to think how that would work out because like astronaut ice cream is freeze dried. I feel like the table that she made wouldn't have the same effect.
It was chewy ice cream, which conceivably could still work.
That's true. That could work.
In space, everything would just float off the table.
Yes.
And you'd have stuff splattered all around. So you would be probably eating off of the control panel in your spaceship.
As long as it's clean.
Fun week. It was a blast. I enjoyed this conversation more than ever. I'm really becoming bonded to you guys. Food and Dine, what a good time. Yeah, come on over. We want plates. Give these guys some crap. Woo!
Well, thank you, High Speed Dining, for joining us this week.
Always a pleasure. All right, time to get back to my seafood porridge.
Thank you.
Thank you, High Speed Dining. Pleasure as always, and we will have you on next time.
Woohoo!
Well, the pasta press descended, didn't it?
Oh, yes.
The pasta press descended, and we've been pasta pressed. So I think, honestly, this, not to be like self-congratulatory or anything, but I feel like this podcast helped me appreciate the last episode a little bit more, and you have a lot to do with that, Gnocchi. So thank you for that.
Oh.
I wasn't feeling like super invested in it coming into this, but now that we've talked about it and broken it down, I feel like I get it. I get why it matters a little bit more.
Oh.
So thank you. And also you ease my soul with Michelle leaving. You helped me stomach that pain. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. That brings me a little bit of comfort because I always feel bad whenever I go ride hard on this show that I love. The only reason I go so hard is because I love this show.
Oh yeah, of course.
So thank you. No, thank you, and you're welcome. Thank you. So next week they're going to have a blind taste test, a classic Top Chef challenge. I wonder how they're going to twist it, but I love this challenge. They blindfold them. It's fun. It's very fun.
Okay.
And then they're going to have what appears to be a make a dish inspired by your time here in Wisconsin challenge, I think. That was my impression based on the trailer, because that's going to be their last episode in Wisconsin, because typically what they'll do is the finale will be somewhere else.
No, what? But it's Wisconsin. That season is Wisconsin. What do you mean?
Every season. So, for example, Top Chef Kentucky, the finale was in Macau.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm. Typically what the chef testants get, so after the main competition, they'll get, I don't know how long of a break, if it's a couple weeks, a month or so.
Oh, okay.
And they'll get a break where they can actually recharge, reset, prep for the finals.
That's probably a good thing. Yeah.
And then they'll come back for the final. It's usually 1, 2, I don't know how many episodes for the finale, and they'll come back for that. So for example, Top Chef season 17, which was, I want to say that was LA, All Stars LA, the finale was in Italy.
Wow. Okay, so they take it to like a culinary destination, essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Typically that's what they do.
Okay. You explain things to me and they make sense. So thank you. See, that's just another example. I'm like, unnecessary. It's in Wisconsin. And you're like, no, it's actually because of this reason. I'm like, oh, okay, fine.
So we'll probably find out next week where the finale is going to be.
Okay. We'll have to wait on that.
Yeah, it's not always out of the country, but...
Oh, no? Okay.
That's, for example, when they were in Miami season 3, the finale was in New York City, and they flew to New York City.
Ah, okay. The finale for this one's going to be in the middle of Lake Michigan on a barge.
Right.
In the middle of a storm.
I want to say Chicago season 3, the finale was in Puerto Rico. Is there
like a through line? It's like we picked this place because of reasons A, B, and C, or is it just like we're just picking a different place kind of thing?
Other than they're usually culinary destinations, I'm not quite sure, honestly.
Okay, got it. Copy that. All right, so it is time for a little tasty morsel for the end of this Top Chef Food and Dine podcast episode. I will be your host today on the Tasty Morsel segment. This is actually a combination tasty morsel and note of dank for my personal life.
Ooh.
You're going to get some lore about my favorite restaurant. This is actually very tragic, like a Shakespearean tragedy right here. So my favorite restaurant, I visited it for the first time in July of last year. The first time I ate it, it's called Chicken in a Barrel, and they only have a few locations. Most of them primarily are in Hawaii. They had just 2 in California, and there's going to be 1 opening in Idaho. So if you're in Idaho, count your blessings. I hope you know what you're getting. So the one that I was semi-near to, and this is still like a 2-hour drive, I tried it, and they have the best chicken I've ever had in my entire life. Like the juiciest, most delicious chicken. They like cook it Hawaiian style and everything, and they had these loaded fries that have shredded chicken on it, these perfectly seasoned fries, pico de gallo, like a green sauce, cheese. Like it's the most delicious meal you've ever had. And their chicken just on its own, insane. They have sauces, incredible. I went down there to go get some of my favorite restaurant, and we got there and the place was permanently closed. And it's been closed for like, it seems like they just packed up and left like a month ago, as I'm telling you this now. Like no notice. Nothing. Like number disconnected, the one that's on like Google when you look it up. They were like, oh yeah, ours were just updated like a month ago. And you go there, you can look in the window and you still see like one of those pumps of sauce just sitting on the counter. And it is the most tragic, sad thing I've ever experienced. I was so, so sad. The pain that I felt there, similar to the pain that I feel of Michelle leaving the show. No! But tasty morsel, if you are around Chicken in a Barrel or you travel to any of the Hawaiian Islands and they have chicken in a barrel, do not hesitate. Go eat that chicken, enjoy. It's beautiful. Again, Idaho, count your blessings. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky to be getting one. But for me, note of dank, they closed the Chicken in a Barrel that I'm nearby, and the next closest one is 5 hours away now, so I can't get it.
I has a sad for you. Crying.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Idaho. I'm so sorry, California.
I know. Well, we have now reached the episode end. The Food and Dine episode end. The Top Chef season episode end. We're done with it now. I'm just kidding. Don't let me fool you. Just because I'm sad and in despair doesn't mean that we won't be dropping next Sunday after Top Chef airs. Continuing on to the season finales, the finals. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for coming along on this journey with us. If you'd like to find us on social media, you can look up Food and Dine or Food and Dine Podcast. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. Again, we drop every Sunday after Top Chef airs. See you next time. Welcome to the table. Let's eat.